Coach, a 5-letter word for a large, usually closed 4-wheeled horse-drawn carriage, a mode to carry people to go to places, which was used around the 1500s. This 5-letter word was then used as a slang term of Oxford University students in the 1830s. They used this word to refer to a private tutor who, quote, carried a student, unquote, through an arduous exam. Then this word is now used to call those who help their athletes in refining their skills and guiding them through playing or performing in matches and competitions. Coaching is a form of development in which an experienced person, called a coach, supports a learner, sometimes called a coachee, in achieving a specific personal or professional goal by providing training and guidance. Coaching is not only seen in the field of sports, but also in other areas such as singing, acting, education, healthcare, business, relationships, personality development, as well as life itself. Welcome to another episode of the Keep Going Baguio podcast. I am Grace, your host for today, as we talk about coaching and how it may be used as a tool to get to know better about ourselves to enable us to take care of our mental health. Before we get into the rest of the episode, we'll take a quick listen on what life coaching is about from Mr. Tim Garcia. He'll be sharing a tip for us to get ourselves prepped up for the ongoing enhanced community quarantine. Also, we'll be hearing from the Keep Going Baguio's co-convenor, Miss Leslie Dulfo, as she shares what it feels like to get a coaching session through the use of the tool Points of View.
Magandang araw sa ating lahat. I am Tim Garcia. I've been a life coach for many years. And approach ko ay informal and life on life. Informal because ang pattern na pinagkukunan ko at ng iba ko pang mga kasamahan bilang life coach is from the life of Jesus. As a believer of Christ, we find that there is no other way to having a fruitful life apart from Him. Kaya the way we conduct our program, if you may call it that way, is based on first, Jesus, His way, His instructions, and His examples. Second, life on life simply means habang buhay or habang pwede pang magkita-kita, magkausap-usap, at mag-fellowship. Unlike professional setting na may session and time frame, life coaching is a transparent sharing of life between life coach and learners. One of the things that happens in life coaching, since we do life-on-life approach, learners themselves can become a life coach, having their own learners to coach and mentor and influence dealing with family matters, marital concerns, career or business advice, mental health, physical, emotional, and of course, their spiritual well-being. This is what life coaching is. Welcome to our world. Sa church setting, this is simply called discipleship. But life coaching is not just about spiritual. As you and I know that life does not just consist of spiritual. We are the same person with needs in all aspects of being a person, just like Jesus. This is Tim Garcia, a life coach. Welcome to our podcast.
Hi everyone, my name is Leslie and I'm from Keep Going Baguio. Nung trinay sa akin ni Atty. Diwas yung points of view, nagulat ako, as in gulat na gulat ako. Why? because feeling ko may magic na kasama. Parang tugmang-tugma sa akin yung lumabas na card. Feeling ko tuloy may fortune teller na nanghula sa akin that time. But anyway, dun sa card, lumabas na yung worry ko. Yung worry ko about people in my life na nasa malayo. And because the worry of COVID-19 is very real, naiyak pa nga ako. But then after that, sabi niya gratitude. The card said gratitude. So I hurriedly told the people in my life that I am grateful for their purpose. And then the last, what works for you? Sabi ko, oh, advocacy and the fact of telling people that I am grateful for them in my life works for me. So, parang magic nga talaga. It was a lesson learned.
And now, we're going to meet Attorney Dexter Diwas as he will be sharing to us about what is Gallup Strengths Coaching and exploration through points of view. For the listeners po sa podcast, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Dexter Diwas. I'm a lawyer by profession, and I also do strengths coaching. I'm a Gallup Certified Strengths Coach. One of the tools that I'm using is points of view and Strengths Finder assessment.
I see. Sir, since you are a licensed lawyer, I'm curious po kung how are you able to go through the process or went into taking up strengths coaching?
So for the last 5 years, I've been working as a public attorney, and I was assigned at the drugs court. So most of the cases that I'm handling are drugs cases. So lahat ng clients ko, they're people with substance use disorder. And if I'm not in court, I'm also in the office handling counseling with battered women. So talking with these people, with these individuals, nakita ko na, alam mo yun, yung parang hindi naman patapon yung buhay nila. But then they just need someone who will tell them na, uy, alam mo, you can do this, you can do that, you're talented in this, you're talented in that. But during the time that I was working with them, parang sabi ko, I needed a system on how to tell them this na hindi lang yung feeling ko. Kasi naturally, that's how I feel. Pero sabi ko, parang kailangan ko naman siguro ng sistema kung paano sila kausapin. So while I was searching, that's how I found the Gallup Strengths Coaching. So I got certified, and then that's when it started.
Ganda naman. Interesting din po pala na from assisting other people like your clients, mga drug addict tapos battered women, you were able to explore or you open yourself to another manner of helping them, which is the coaching part.
And Grace, ano lang ha? Okay, I just would like to add, ito rin yung natutunan ko working with people with substance use disorder. Right now daw, we use the term PSUD, people with substance use disorder versus terming it as drug addict. Parang ganun siya. Oo. But that's what I learned during the trainings. And I would like to share that. Para maging aware tayo.
Para political correctness na rin po. Sir, pakiulit po yung term para for the listeners na rin po.
It's called PSUD or people with substance use disorder. So when we refer to them, we don't usually call them na as drug addict because that term can be for some traumatizing also.
Yes.
But it's a good thing that I learned that because before I used that, especially when I was working in court. Tapos yun yung ginagamit ko, hindi ko alam na parang minsan medyo off pala pakinggan sa ibang tao.
Yes, sir. Thank you din for enlightening me, for educating me on that, sir. Since,
and for the listeners also, Grace, ha? For the listeners.
Okay lang, sir. Yeah. Sa strengths coaching po, were you able to find someone here in the Philippines or do you need to go abroad to be certified?
Yeah, fortunately, during that time when I was looking, a team from Gallup came here sa Philippines. So it was like March last year. So usually, ginagawa ito sa India, Singapore, US, mga ganun. But during that time, I think parang twice a year nang ginagawa dito sa Pilipinas. So I was fortunate to have it here in the Philippines because it's cheaper if you do it here in the Philippines. So you go through a 5-day training. After the 5-day training, you will take an exam. Okay, after the exam, you will coach 6 people. Tapos they need to give you a passing rate. So that was the process to become a Gallup Certified Strengths Coach. Let me just walk you through what happens in a strengths coaching. No, first is I ask my client to take the assessment, and that assessment will give them a result showing their top 5 talents. And being aware of their top 5 talents, dun kami nagsisimula, no? I make my clients or my coaches aware of the things that they can do in life, yung kung ano yung meron sila. And you know what I discovered? While we were discussing that and while they're reading the results, nagla-lighten yung face nila, nagkakaroon ng hope. Okay? Nagkakaroon ng parang spark about life. And in that sense, sabi ko, wow, this really helps. You know, just being able to have that kumbaga, that drive to live again because you're aware that you can do things pala, you're aware that you have talents pala. You know, in that sense, it helps people. It helps people who are sad and depressed and who are lost and not knowing what to do. So
Okay,
that's how it works.
Sir, since you mentioned may mga parang jargons or terms kayo na ginagamit, like for example, the difference between talents, or I should say counseling from coaching, tapos po yung talents at saka strengths. So, can you differentiate the pair of words po? Well, let's start first with talents and strengths.
Yeah, okay. When I was looking for a system to use to help people that I'm serving, when this was introduced to me, sabi nung nag-refer dinefine niya muna kasi sa akin, kasi ang tanong ko, why will I take this certification? Sabi ko sa kanya, tapos when he started defining talent and strength, doon na ako nainganyo kasi sabi niya, talent is not just about singing, dancing, or being good in sports, something like that. But talent is your natural way of doing things. Talent is your natural way of thinking, feeling, and behaving. So sabi niya, okay, so that's talent. After that definition, na-realize ko na, so everyone has talent because everyone has a natural way of doing things. Tapos sabi ko, so what is strength naman? Well, strength is a developed talent. It's like a refined talent. Kapag nagagamit mo itong mga talent na ito in order for you to produce good results in the things that you do, that becomes strength. For example, communication, 'di ba? O magaling kang magsalita, parang ganyan. So how do you convert that kind of talent into strength? Well, you refine it by getting trainings, by learning more about communication, and by using it in your trade, for example. Tapos kung nakakakuha ka ng good results from that, that's when it becomes strength. Kunyari strength because you become an effective motivational speaker na, you've become an effective salesman because your talent of communication was already developed into a strength. Parang ganun.
So, strength, in other words, would be talent that has put to good use?
Yes, precisely. And your talent, Grace, can also be a weakness. Actually, ito yung mga nagiging weakness natin. For example, yung communication na yan, paano nagiging weakness yan kung ginagamit mo lang siya sa pakikipag-chismis, for example, di ba? Parang ganun.
Got it.
Kasi yung pagiging chismoso, actually talent yan. Gamitin lang natin sa tama.
Opo. Ngayon po, we would like to differentiate din po yung coaching from counseling.
Yeah. Yung because we've been asking that also. So how are we different from counselors? Yung counseling kasi it's therapeutic. Mostly therapeutic, yun yung goal. While coaching is like looking what we have right now and moving forward. Di ba kunyari pag mag-coach ng basketball or singing coach, mga ganun, parang ganun. But this one is like life coaching, personality development coaching. So the coach would like ally with you and help you make an inventory of the things that you have And with the things that you have, let's move forward. Like, how are we going to achieve your goals, your vision for yourself?
I see. Sir, na-apply nyo din po ba sa personal life nyo yung pong mga natutunan nyo from strengths coaching?
Kasi before ako nag-dive into this kind of coaching, tinignan ko muna kung makatulong sa akin. Kasi kung, yeah, di ba? Kasi kung hindi ako matutulungan nito, paano ko masasabing matutulungan ko yung ibang tao? So when I saw na parang, wow, this will help me in my decision making sa buhay ko, that's when I dived into it. Actually, sa first ko na ginamit ito is before I resigned from the public attorney's office. So tinignan ko muna, I made an inventory of the things that I have. Do I have the necessary talents to be able to survive after this? So looking at the talents that I have, dun ako nagkaroon ng confidence na, okay, using the talents that I have, I can do this. But most recent experience that I've encountered in life kung saan ko nagamit itong talents is when I was quarantined for the last 14 days. Very recent yan eh. Because I just came from abroad and they required us, 'di ba, to do a home quarantine. Yeah. For 14 days. Pwede naman sana dito sa bahay with my wife and my son. Kaya lang sabi namin, let's not risk. So I had to live in another place where I stayed alone. Where I stayed alone for the next 14 days. Siyempre, wala kang kausap dun, di ba?
Opo, sir.
So, doon ko ginamit yung, kung ano yung meron ako. And one of the talents that I have is being futuristic. Futuristic. People who are futuristic love thinking about visions and goals and missions. So we need an alone time to be coming up with like kumbaga future steps. So yun yung nagamit ko that helped me survive during that 14 days.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe further pa po yung sa futuristic trait po ninyo? Paano po kunwari magagamit ng isang common na tao? Paano niya po matatap ang kanyang futuristic talent?
Okay.
Cope with the ECQ na nangyayari po ngayon?
Yeah. If you're a person with this kind of talent, ikaw yung tipo ng taong na-energize ka when you think about the future. Na-energize ka when you sit down and plan. Okay? As compared to another person na walang talent nito, they get frustrated when they are being asked about, so what are your plans for the future? Mga ganon. Pero ikaw na may tipo ng futuristic talent, you get energized. So when you have this kind of talent and you are under ECQ, take that opportunity to sit down and write down everything na nai-imagine mo, because this can be productive. And then of course, after writing it down, you act on it. Di ba? You act on it. But write it down kasi syempre wala naman tayong magagawa ngayon, di ba? We're under ECQ.
Yes po.
We're under ECQ. You know what I did?
Go ahead.
What I did was I promised to post one life realization every day. No? One life realization every day. So, kung i-check yung Facebook ko, talagang may day 1, day 2, day 3. So, in a way, nakikita ko na sa day 2, ito na ang isusulat ko. Day 3, ito na yung isusulat ko. Di ba? Parang nakikita ko na yung, doon ko ginagamit yung pagiging futuristic na I need to complete this. Parang ganun.
In other words, parang you have something to look forward to for the next days.
Yes.
Ganda naman.
Ganon. And probably, like, ini-imagine ko nga, parang, wow, ang gandang isulat nito sa book. Parang ganon. So, yun, yung pagiging futuristic na, you can do a lot of things, actually, with your imagination.
Nice.
So, I would also want to suggest this, no? If you're someone who does not have this kind of, kumbaga, talent, you might want to look for a friend who has a futuristic talent.
Yes,
who can help you look at the future, kumbaga. Parang ganun. Hindi naman sila manghuhula, but they're so positive about the future. They're just so positive about the future. Saka nakikita ko ito sa sarili ko, parang when I see someone, parang I always, parang, kunyari, nagkita tayo, Grace, no? Tapos, minsan very natural for me to say, alam mo, 10 years from now, ganito na ang pwedeng mangyari sa'yo. Parang ganyan. 5 years from now, ito na yung mga pwedeng mangyari sa'yo. Just by talking to that person. Hindi siya, pero it just comes naturally. It just comes naturally that you look at the good things that might happen in the future.
Nice.
And there are a lot of people who are like that, di ba?
Curious lang po ako, with the people you encounter, may mga nasabihan po ba kayo ng mga nagiging impressions niyo dun sa tao na nakikinita niyo na ganito siya, parang nasundan niya yung track na yun? Hindi naman sa nagpre-predict kayo or nanghuhulat.
Okay. Grace, I want to be very, very, very careful about this. And
Yes,
even
sir.
using the word impressions. Kasi ganito yan. I was coaching someone na she got abused, something like that. So, this was, I think, mga 2 years ago. I didn't know about this yet. Hindi pa ako certified strengths coach. But I remember telling her, after interviewing her, kung ano yung mga gusto niya, ano yung mga pangarap niya sa buhay. But I remember telling her na, you know what, with your dreams and with your goals, if you stick to it, like 10 years from now, this is where you will be. And just after telling her that, nakita ko na nagka-spark yung face, yung eyes niya, lumiwanag yung face niya, nagkaroon ng hope. And she's still studying right now. And I'm sure that just with that positive thing na naipasa mo sa tao, there's a big possibility that they will follow the track, no? That they will follow that track. Ang importante is maipakita mo that you believe in them, that someone believes in them, because that's where it will start.
Ganda.
Yeah. Kasi alam mo, ito talaga yung parang kunyari talking to people again, no, with substance use disorder and battered women. Ito yung talagang nagamit ko talaga na na parang nakatulong na nakita ko just by telling them that they can be this and that with the things that they have. Nagkaroon sila ng hope to really move forward.
Nice.
And I think nagamit ko yung talent na futuristic. If in a strengths-based approach yun yung future. Dun parang naturally lumalabas yung pagiging futuristic ko.
Ganda nga po. So, I also learned from my research sa Facebook na you also dabbled into points of view.
Yeah. Points of view is actually a coaching tool, no? There are a lot of coaching tools that they're offering. And when we say points of view explorer, this is like the level 1. There's level 2 and level 3. But level 1, once you get the level 1, parang you get taught on how to use the tools. So it's like a picture therapy. Ginagamit ko ito lahat sa mga sa mga workshops ko. So I use pictures to facilitate conversation with my coaches. That's how points of view is working. So for example, yung isa sa pinaka favorite na tools ko is just like using picture, and then there's a word that comes with the picture, and there's a question after showing my coachee the picture and the word. And these are picked by me by random. So, hindi namin alam kung ano yung picture na yun. But pag magpipick na ako ng picture, I just ask my coachee to talk about what she sees in the picture in connection with the issue that she's going through right now. And it facilitates an easy conversation between the coach and the coachee.
I see. May prompts. Parang prompts din po yung pictures as well as yung mga words and questions. Interesting po nga. Interesting nga po. Tapos since nasabi niyo, sir, na may 3 levels ang points of view, can you like give a simple rundown lang po for...
Actually, parang business strategy lang nila. Level 2, I think, is you can certify someone to be level 1. Level 3 is you can certify someone to be level 2. But once you go through level 1, you will be trained to use the tools na. So I think that's the most important level. If you don't want to do it as a business, like training people to do this. So for me, since what I do is like just coach, no? Coach and not train people to be coaches. So I didn't do level 2.
I see.
At ang maganda is parang research-based siya. Hindi yung
Yes.
ano lang, 'di ba? Parang kasi when I wasn't using the strengths-based coaching, I was like basing it on what I see and what I feel. So
Mm.
at least dito, merong results that we talk about. Sa sa results no na ipapakita, it's parang it's going to be like 10 pages 10 pages 'yon. So i-define kung ano yung talent mo, tapos sasabihin din doon kung ano kunyari kung ano ka as a futuristic, for example, based on your answers. Kasi iba-iba yung pagkaka-futuristic ng isang tao. Meron yung iba nagagamit niya sa business niya, or meron yung iba nagagamit niya sa personal life niya. So it depends on how you answer the questions. 177 questions kasi yun eh. So
Opo.
177 questions, 20 seconds per question. So you can like complete it in 35 to 40 minutes.
Mm.
Parang ganun siya.
I guess po. Mukhang may background din po ng psychometrics ang developer ng Gallup test.
Yeah, ganito yun.
It's timed, 'di ba? Tapos may po.
Yeah, oo. Ang nag-ano nun is si Clifton, Donald Clifton. Siya yung kumbaga nag-develop. Ang tawag nila is inventor of Strengths Finder assessment. So this started like 50 years ago. Ano siya parang nagma-masters ata sila noon ng psychology
Yes.
student siya. Tapos ang ano nila is nag-start ito when he said parang what if we change the mindset, sabi niya. Kasi parang nakakasawa na ang tanong natin sa mga tao is, saan ka hindi magaling? Saan ka hindi magaling? Para malaman natin kung saan natin i-develop. So ang sabi niya sa mga classmates niya, what if we change the mindset? What if we ask people what they're good at? Di ba? What are you good at? And that's what we're going to develop. So that's when this started, yung finder assessment. So instead of focusing on a deficit mindset, the things that you're not good at, nag-focus na sila sa the things that you're good at. Kasi frustrating nga naman, di ba?
Opo.
Yung parang hindi magaling, tapos yun yung pagtutuunan natin ng pansin. It's so frustrating.
So, ayun, balik din tayo sa point of view. Sir, na-try nyo na po ba ng point of view in assisting your client legal-wise?
I actually use coaching method when I give legal advice. So, hindi na siya, there's a difference between advising and coaching. Advising is you tell people what to do, di ba? And when you tell people what to do, kapag hindi maganda yung nangyari doon, sometimes you will be blamed. Di ba?
Opo, tama po.
The person who gave the advice will be blamed. So, I discovered that in my legal practice. Sabi ko, I don't want this. It's so stressful, di ba? Na parang pag hindi naging maganda yung result ng legal advice mo, syempre, isisisi sa iyo.
Accountable ka.
Yeah, so I shifted to doing coaching as a lawyer. So what I do is I open up all the options to them. Like, for example, I have a client who's asking for an advice. So I give her like options like, ito ang mangyayari kapag ito ang pinili mong option. Kapag hindi mo pinili ito naman ang mangyayari, letter B. Kapag hindi mo pinili ito ang mangyayari, letter C. Okay. So based on the options that I'm giving you right now, what are you more comfortable with? Okay? So then they choose. Okay, para kung namili sila, okay, that gives them accountability of their choices.
Yes.
So kapag namimili sila sa mga legal options nila, I still explain to them, these are going to be the consequences of your choice. Are you comfortable with that? Yes. Okay. So, yun, that's legal wellness. That's what I do as a legal wellness coach naman, no? It's something na pinapauso ko, but I hope that lawyers will also adopt that.
Meron po bang naging mentally challenging situation or experience na na-encounter nyo sa buhay tapos you have like used your coaching skills to deal with it?
Yeah. So for the last 14 days, it wasn't easy for me, no? It's actually traumatic. So what did I do apart from, remembering that, Dexter, you're a coach, you have this kind of tools. Kasi minsan hindi kasya yun eh. Hindi kasya yun. You need to have like specific actions on how to survive that 14 days alone. So what did I do? How did I overcome it? Number one is reframing, no? Ginawa ko is number one, talagang reminding myself that everything has a reason. And I use Bible verses to do that, no? I have this favorite Bible verse na Philippians 4:8. Ito yung palagi ko rin sinasabi sa mga taong nakakausap ko, like whatever is true, kasi minsan if you're alone, there are a lot of negative thoughts, 'di ba? Do you agree with me, Grace?
Yes, sir.
Minsan
Deeply.
pag mag-isa ka, that's when all the negative thoughts come in.
True.
And sometimes it's so tiring. So I love this Bible verse talaga na ginagamit ko. Philippians 4:8, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. So every time na may na-inject sa mind ko na, itong mangyayari after the ECQ, mga ganyan, mga workshops mo, wala na kasi hindi na, iba na ang mundo ngayon, mga ganyan. So, syempre, those are thoughts that gives anxiety to me, no? So, I remind myself that there's still hope after ECQ. And I remind myself na, this is not a good thought. This is not an inspirational thought, so I should not be thinking about it. This is not something noble. This is not something pure, so I should not be thinking about it. So that's how I reframed my thoughts during that time. And reframing, yun yung number 1 na ginawa ko. Number 2 is having hope. Yung hoping. I've told you that I use this time to focus on my vision, and I've made the SMART goals for the future. Diba? Things that I hope for. Are you familiar with SMART goals, Grace?
Kailangan ko po ng refresher, sir.
Yeah, okay.
For the listeners rin.
Yeah, like specific, you need to be, if you come up with goals, it needs to be specific, measurable, attainable, it needs to be realistic, and time-bound. Okay? So this is very important, yung time-bound. Kasi even if if we've written a lot of things dyan sa notepad natin, like ang dami nating vision, mission, if it's not time-bound, for example, it's not gonna happen.
Yes.
Kasi especially when we procrastinate, di ba?
True.
So yun. So that's what I did. And then number 3 is moving the mind and the body. So I need to move. I made myself productive by writing my thoughts also. And walking a little talaga, no? Kailangan gumalaw yung katawan eh. Yes. And then number 4 that I did is sharing by talking to someone sa buti na lang may internet, no, kahit nababagal. Talking to someone and by sharing it sa Facebook kasi may mga nagko-comment, so at least nare-replyan natin yung mga comment. And this is very important, yung last part, yung sharing.
Yes.
Kasi minsan kapag iniinda natin na tayo lang, that's when depression creeps in, right? That's when loneliness and sadness creeps in. So sometimes it's very important to share it to someone that we trust, no? Someone who will not shut us down, someone who will listen. Diba? Sometimes sharing is also dangerous sometimes, especially kapag ang nahanap mong tao is someone who will just shut you down, right?
True.
Yung sabi na, kung Ilocano kumakat, tila magbagam manan. Diba? Diba? So yun. Yeah. Nice. So that's how I survived, Grace.
Nice, sir. So how do you define personality development coaching in your point of view?
Yeah, sa akin, personality development coaching is it's a coaching, it's a way of coaching wherein you help people move forward from being in point A to point B. I think that's the simplest way that I could say it. Nice. Helping people move from point A to point B.
Like getting them unstuck, sir, from point A.
That's true.
I see. And how can we use personality development coaching in managing or in taking care of our mental health?
Sa coaching kasi na ginagawa ko, what I do is help people become aware of the things that they have, okay? And if they are aware of these things that they have, like the talents that they have, in that sense, they can manage their thoughts, their way of thinking, their way of behaving. Parang ganun. In that way, they are able to manage their life well also. I just would like to go back again to having that futuristic kind of talent. I talked about it on a strengths level, kumbaga. But how does it become also a weakness? Ito dapat maging aware din yung mga tao. Ito yung sinasabi kong awareness na. If you're aware of the things that you have, you can manage actually.
Yes.
For people who are futuristic, sometimes they're very, very, because they have a lot of imagination, they have a lot of plans in life. Sometimes they get energized when they also talk about this sa mga tao. So they tell people about it, mga ganyan. You know what? It becomes a weakness minsan kapag hindi time bound. For example, yung mga goals natin, yung mga naisip natin about future, ang tingin nila sa atin is wishful thinking lang yan.
Yes.
Ay na, drawing manandaytan, drawing na naman yan. Okay? So how do we help people? How do we help people with futuristic manage this kind of talent? Okay, help them by probably asking them if it will help na bigyan natin ng deadline. Kumbaga,
Yes.
di ba? Bigyan natin ng schedule. Or what I do, kasi sa akin, experience ko yan eh. Ang dami kong mga pangarap, di ba? Tapos when I told a colleague about it, I got, talakon ko naman ng Dexter. Parang I experienced that. And my heart is crushed. No? Kasi ang ganda ng plano ko, tapos biglang isa-shutdown mo ako ng ganyan. Okay? But then when I learned about this, how to manage it, what I did was refine the idea. Okay? Talagang nilagay ko, ito ang pangarap ko, then this is how I'm going to attain it. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. So when I show it to people, they see that it's more concrete. It's no longer wishful thinking. Because you've written it, you have action steps to achieve it. So that's how it helped me manage that kind of talent. So in a way, it can help in managing your life.
Nice. To conclude po this interview, do you have any resources that would like to share our listeners?
Research about Gallup Strengths Coaching in our, so that you'll also have an idea of what I'm saying. There's a lot of materials out there, and Gallup is hindi siya hindi siya selfish when it comes to resources. Hindi selfish when it comes to resources. So there's a lot of resources that you can check online about Gallup and about strengths coaching, about talents as well. So ang gamit lang namin na Gallup Certified Strengths Coach is to help you navigate through your talents after you take the assessment. And what I do dito sa Baguio, dinala ko na ito kasi yung strengths coaching, ginagamit ng halos 90 to 95% of the Fortune 500 companies.
Nice.
So ngayon ang sabi ko, ang isang vision ko is, wow, so if these companies are using it, paano naman yung mga tao who don't belong to these companies, di ba?
True.
So sabi ko, I'll just make a workshop here in Baguio City. You don't have to be part of a Fortune 500 company to attend one. So yun yung vision. Like everyone, like in most of my workshops, actually, yung April 4 ko, dapat it's the 12th run na parang pang 12 na workshop. And I've had attendees na coming from leaders, ang background are leaders, homemakers, housewives, di ba? Who just, talagang very diverse, who just wants to know what they're good at really, and how can they maximize the things that they're good at. So just in case lang, always check my Facebook account maybe, because I'll be updating the workshop, especially after the ECQ. And I'm also thinking of having an online workshop. So I'm still developing that, having an online workshop. And I also have a YouTube channel, Dexter Diwas YouTube channel. So, yun.
Okay.
That's it. And follow me on Instagram, Legal Wellness Coach. Showbiz.
Yes, at Legal Wellness Coach. We will be typing your social media handles as well as your website para may resource na po yung mga listeners natin. So again, thank you din po for giving your time to talk about personality development, and it's very interesting po.
But I hope sa mga listeners natin, I hope that a lot were helped. Yun lang po, no? We need someone to talk to. I think that's the most important thing.